everyone, welcome to Tony Renee at Home. I have got a broccoli cheese soup recipe for you today. And I know there are a ton of them already out there, but this is really easy to just throw together, and I want to teach you how to cook, not necessarily with the recipe. I've already got stuff going behind me if you can hear it, so I need to turn this camera around and get started. I have got half a cup of butter, 1 full stick, melting in this pan. It is brown. And that's fine. That's not necessarily something that I was going for, but it's okay. And I just threw in, I will leave more of an exact recipe for you in the description, but I just threw in some onion and celery. And I'm gonna cook these for a few minutes until they become clear, and then we're gonna make our roux in the same pot. I have got some of my oven's heating up, because I have got my Dutch oven heating up with the oven to make some of my Dutch oven bread to go with this soup. So let's cook these for a little bit and then I'll be back. All right, I've let these cook for a little bit. So we're gonna add some flour and make our thickening or our roux. However much fat you use, you want to use the same amount of flour. So I'm going to use a half a cup of flour. Just kind of sprinkle that around on there. And then I'll let this cook for just a couple of minutes to get rid of that flour taste. And anytime you're making a roux, if you feel like you've added too much flour, just add a little more fat. If you feel like you've got too much fat, add a little more flour. Don't be scared by a fancy name like roux. And then the next thing we're going to do is add our liquids. That being chicken broth, but I don't keep ready-made chicken broth. If you've watched any of my videos, you know this is what I use. So I'm just going to pour some hot water in there and get some more. And I'm probably not going to use all of that this time. And I'm just going to add some of this, about that much. That's a heaping tablespoon. Yeah, let's add a little more. Why not? I'm going to switch to the whisk. This will start thickening up almost instantly. And now I'm going to add some half and half. And this is a quart, and I'm just going to add the whole thing. Because I am making a big pot. Adam says he's never had cheddar broccoli soup, so I guess every time I've made it before, I made my keto version, and so he never had any of it. So he's not even sure he likes this. We're gonna find out. And then this way, because I'm making extra, if he likes it, he can take some of it to work with him, and if he doesn't like it, then oh darn, I get to eat it all, and that will be my lunch for the week with my Dutch oven bread. Gonna let this continue to thicken up before we add our cheeses. Okay, now we're not making a gravy here. So you don't want it thick like gravy that you put on your biscuits. So this is thick enough. Even though it doesn't look thick, I can feel that it's thick when I'm stirring it. And the cheese is gonna help thicken it up. And I said before we add our cheeses, I meant before we add our vegetables. So I am putting in my broccoli. And I'm adding some carrot. I just grated that on some parchment paper and I rolled it up to keep it out of my way. All right. Gosh, that looks good already. All right, that's looking perfect. It smells amazing. So we are going to bring this up to a boil and then we're gonna cover it and let it cook for about 20 minutes. I have to correct myself again real quick. Bring the soup to a boil, turn it down to low, let it simmer for 20 minutes. Don't boil it for 20 minutes. You have a thickener in there and that will stick on the bottom. Anytime you have a thickener, you don't want your food on high. It will stick, it will scorch, it will burn. So bring it to a boil, then turn it down to a simmer for about 20 minutes. All right, it's been about 20-25 minutes. Gonna add some salt and pepper. This is just to taste. I have no idea how much that is. It looks like it's about 3/4 of a teaspoon, to be honest. All right. And the cheeses. I like a mixture of cheese in mine. I have an 8-ounce block that I grated of sharp cheddar. And this is some Cheddar Jack, Monterey Jack. And it's about 8 ounces too. That was from a brick, so I just cut some of it off and grated it up. Okay, we're gonna start here. I'm gonna turn this off and just let it melt these cheeses, and then I'm gonna hit it with the immersion blender. And then I will give it a taste after that to see if I need to add more salt and pepper. Now you can add a little nutmeg to this if you like, just a sprinkle. I'm not going to. I know you can do that with some homemade macaroni and cheeses too. I just don't care for that. I don't care for that flavor. This has thickened up perfectly. I'm actually going to remove it from the heat. Nope, you should not scoot on your flat top stove, but I do it all the time. I didn't buy this stove to stay pretty. I bought this stove to use. If it can stay pretty, great. But function over beauty in my house. Okay. Now I don't want all the broccoli to be mixed up. I do want some chunks of broccoli in here. So I still got some really big chunks and I'm okay with that. As long as I can pull up some chunks with every spoonful, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna taste it to see if it needs more salt and pepper. I am gonna add some more pepper. It tastes really, really good. And I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of salt. That's good. I didn't even pour everything out of that. And this is perfect. It tastes so good. We'll do a real taste test in a second. You cheated. Okay, we are going to taste this. When I eat broccoli cheese soup, I don't put butter on my bread because I dip my bread in my soup. That's how I eat it if I go to Panera. Oh my gosh. I think mine's better than Panera. That is so good.
Pretty good.
Adam doesn't want to be on camera. You like it?
Tastes very good.
Yay. And even though I made a lot, there's not a whole lot left. If he takes some, then I'll have some for lunch tomorrow and that'll be it. Which is fine. I don't want to waste anything. I have a second loaf of bread in the oven, so he can take some of that with him, because he put a pork loin, a whole big old long pork loin, not one this big, but a great big one, a whole one from Sam's, on the smoker yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was so good. That was in our freezer already. It's not something we went and bought. This meal and that pork loin are part of the $30 grocery haul that I did, and my meal plan for the week. This is all part of that video. I just wanted to do the soup separate. Oops, I just dropped my bread in the soup. I just wanted to do this separate because all I'm doing in the next video, well, the end of the week video, what I ate on that $30 is just showing you what I ate. I'm not showing you how to make anything. So I'm gonna eat my soup while it's still hot. And stop talking. So, give me a second. Like it? You don't have to stay in here now. You can go eat if you want to. Okay. I hope you try this. It's super easy. One pot. The bread was one bowl. So super easy cleanup. Super easy to do. I do have the bread in my potato soup and Dutch oven bread. I'll link that below, but I'm also doing, and I don't have it uploaded yet, I don't think, just my bread by itself, that Dutch oven bread, because it's super, super, super easy. I could probably make it in my sleep right now, even though I keep my directions with me just in case I forget something. He's getting more bread. That bread is so good. You've got to try that recipe. So give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell so you'll know when my other videos come out, and I will see you in the next one. God bless.